Now listen to me, my fellow workers. As much as you might feel frustrated in your work right now, and where you're trying to find your role, as important as your work might be, you also need to rest in the fact that you are not the linchpin in God's plan. For that person is not the linchpin for God's work on earth. And God can accomplish what He needs to accomplish despite our mistakes. I don't know what Miles Monroe or Keith Green or any of these other famous people that seem to have died too early, untimely deaths. I don't know what they heard from the Holy Spirit or what they didn't hear from the Holy Spirit on that day. I don't know if they made a mistake or if God was doing something else there or if the devil got a foot in the door. I don't know. And I cannot explain those events, but I don't have to, because none of those events will upset what God is busy doing. So, the author, supposed author of My Utmost for His Highest, was a vicar that was doing devotionals with the troops during war, and his wife actually sat down and wrote the devotionals down that he was giving to the troops. Then after the return to England, he died. And so she was pretty much bereft, and she took his sermons and started to work on it and edit it and get it ready for publication. And so it was published, and that he never intended that stuff to be published. You follow? But because of his death, she's desperate for an income. So she takes his devotionals, she edits it, she gives it to a publisher, the publisher publishes it. It's still running. Okay, you can still buy copies of it now. You know, so sometimes things happen that we have no idea how this is going to work out in the long run. But we can be very short-sighted, we can be very quick to say, it shouldn't have happened this way, it should have happened that way, and so on and so forth.